Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another live stream. And right now we're going through a crash on the markets. We were talking about a potential crash for the past few weeks, and I've been warning people that December we might have a pullback because not only do people sell in order to avoid paying taxes, because in some countries, if you sell your crypto before December 31st, you're not taxed on that. And then they end up buying back in January. And on top of that, the markets were overheated and we went into an alt season extremely quickly. So as you can see, we're already dipping below the 74 index on the altcoin season index. So the 74 level is being, or 73, we're sitting at that right now. And what I think is happening is that we are repeating this February 2021 retracement. We went a little bit too quickly here. We went up a little bit too quickly, but I do think there is more upside in this cycle. Obviously, I don't think this is a correction that's going to take us down to bear market bottoms, at least for most altcoins and Bitcoin. But this is what's going to be happening throughout this bull market. You're going to be seeing these retracements. You're going to have to be ready for these. And oh boy, were we ready on Patreon. At least a few people I saw were buying. I was buying. I deployed heavy during this correction. We got into a lot of AI coins. We got into, well, we topped up some of our current positions, and I'm going to upload a video on YouTube very soon showing the coins that I sold and what did I end up buying with that money, essentially. That'll be out in the next few days, hopefully. But let's take a look at the markets. Top 100 by 24 hour. You can see that Eagle is down 18%. Jupiter, Tron. So these are not heavy corrections, but these are great entry points. So Cosmos and Polkadot are two coins that I sold. So I sold Polkadot at $11 and I sold Cosmos at $10.40, right at their local tops. And we got out and we deployed that money into these altcoins that are going to do much more in terms of gains than Cosmos or Polkadot. Let's go to the top 200 now. This should get a little more interesting. Okay, so Sushi down 25%. Terra, is anyone still trading Terra? Arkham, so this one went down 15%. I did top up my Arkham position, but we originally were getting into that at like 63 cents on Patreon, around 63 cents. Let's see, Harmony, if anyone's trading Harmony, you can take a look at that. CakeSwap didn't drop too much. Celo's down 16%. A-Star, I would look into A-Star if you're bullish on the Polkadot ecosystem, especially. This is like the crypto hub of Japan, or at least that's what they're trying to be. Oasis down 15%. Polygon down 15%. Let's see. Aether is something you can look into. You can look into Aether. And by the way, thank you all for joining, guys. You can send your altcoin request. Look at some altcoins. Maybe I'll share a few coins that I got into throughout this. And if you want to get full access to my portfolio, to what I bought just right now, we're going to have a trade alert dropping very soon on Patreon. I updated everyone on Telegram with everything that I was buying. There's a 7-day free trial. Feel free to check it out. The link is down below in the description. You can get instant access to all of my portfolios, all of my trades. Superverse is doing great. This hasn't even dropped that much. Jito, this thing is a beast. It had like a 25% unlock, I believe, or was it a 12% unlock from the max supply a few days ago? And it's still performing very, very good. Echelon Prime is something that Alex Becker is bullish on. Let's go to the top 300. Orca, if you didn't get with us on Patreon into Orca at $3.40, if you missed that pump all the way up to $10, right now is a good area to start dollar cost averaging. Flux, another good token to start dollar cost averaging into. Metis, I don't have it, but people are saying it's good. So do your own research into that one. Do your own research into all of these coins, okay? I'm not telling you to buy anything. Alchemy Pay, this one is a good option for payment solutions. They've got lots of partners. Let's see. Vanry, you could potentially look into Vanry. The market cap is still not that high. PAL, sitting at 269. A lot of these AI coins are still holding up very close to their local tops. I don't know how low they're going to go, so you have to be careful buying these tops. If you're willing to risk it, feel free to do so. I got into some AI coins. I got into some low cap AI coins on Mexi, on Gate.io, and I'm really happy with our entries. Destra is down. Remember the video that we uploaded on our channel regarding Alex Becker and his entry into Destra? I believe he got in at like 8 cents. But when we uploaded this video on Patreon, Destra was sitting at 22 cents, I believe. Am I lagging? Is the video doing all right, guys? Let me know. Let me know if the video is doing all right and if the audio is all right. So we got into Destra at 27 cents and it rallied all the way to 55 cents, I believe. So if you don't want to miss out these entry, again, I see that it's lagging a little bit. Let's see. Okay. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, it seems that the network is being a little bit laggy. I'm not sure why. But if you want to get access to these coins that we're buying into at very, very low prices, we got into Injective at $1.09 or $1.40, I believe. Right now, my average is $1.09. So that you don't miss these out, feel free to check out our Patreon. So Destra, look into Destra, but now it's 43 cents. So now it's higher than it was. We're going to go through the top 400, and then Frax is something you can look into. Let's do by 24 hours. Merlin, so you can look into Merlin. TARS, this went up so much. I found it at like $60 million market cap, but I did not buy into it, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I did not buy into it. Cetus, I believe this is a good entry for Cetus. I believe that should be it for the top 400. Anyone Protocol, this is another Alex Becker coin, down 10%. Look into this. On the 7 days, down 15%. Look into that one. Nosana, we got into this at $1.55. Very bullish GPU distribution coin on Solana. And they have their mainnet on January 15th. So I'm very bullish on this. We'll probably have a nice rally towards January. Node AI, we mentioned this on Patreon a while ago. It was sitting below, I believe, 50 million, maybe $60 million market cap. Probably even 30, I'm not sure. I have to go back. Polyhedra, you could take a look at this one, but the unlock schedule, the vesting here is crazy for Polyhedra. Now, as for our portfolio, our $10,000 portfolio that we're tracking, we ended up getting Destra for $500, and we got some Palm AI for $500, and we're already up 4%. We got in at $1.06. Destra, we got in at 42.5 cents. So we had 1,000 from the last live stream. We had 1,000 that we kept for a pullback. That pullback came 24 hours later, and we dollar cost averaged, and we got these two coins. A few days ago, we got Jito, we got Cetus, and we got Carrot. All of these are down just by a bit, but again, this is all coming from the profit that we made already. So it's not like I'm investing new money. And all the other coins are still sitting at profit, or in profit rather. Okay, let's go to your requests. Let me know if the stream is back to normal. Litecoin. Let's take a look at Litecoin. SPL is asking for Litecoin. Okay. And just before we do that, I want to quickly take a look at the, okay, so we showed that. What did I want to show you guys? Oh yeah, I want to take a look. Okay, so the CME expectation didn't really change here for the next Fed meeting on December 18th. Still 85%, 25 basis points cut, and 15% going for a no change. So I do think we're going to have a 25 basis points cut. Okay, let's go into Litecoin. Sorry, not Chainlink. There's our Litecoin. So let me get rid of that. I haven't charted Chainlink in a long while, and we did cover Litecoin. I keep saying Chainlink. We did cover Litecoin on our Twitter page, so make sure to go and follow us over there. So this was our original post for Litecoin. We were targeting this breakout. This was from November 29th. We were targeting this breakout because this is on the weekly. We have a very nice symmetrical triangle. The target from the breakout was approximately $185. That's still what we're targeting. And if you take a look at December 5th, we were breaking out at that point. So that trade was in profit. If you wanted to get in right before the breakout, some people like to wait for the breakout and the back test of support. We'll take a look at the chart right now, but $185 is going to be our target for now. Okay, let's go to the weekly. So this is essentially the pattern that we had. Okay. And look at this trend line holding us as support. This one we don't really need anymore, nor do we need this one. So if you wanted to enter on the back test of support, you could have done that over here. Could have easily done that already. And if you're looking for an entry into Litecoin, this is not the best entry, but technically this is a very good entry because you're back testing this local high from March and this local high from June in 2023 and the March 2024 high, as you can see. So technically, this would be a very good entry point. So you can start building your position in Litecoin, or you can dollar cost average at this price if you want to do that. In terms of what I'm expecting for Chainlink by the end of the cycle, to be honest, I don't know if this can get back to its all-time high. Could probably maybe get to the all-time high, but that'll be about it. I don't think we're going to be breaking past the all-time high. So $388, that is, and again, this is the Binance chart. So I think we have more data from before. So this is from 2018, and Litecoin over here was just sitting at 384. Let me see if I can find an older chart. So there we go. Yeah, so you can see it pretty much retraces to this top every single time. So I would be taking massive profits out at that point. If you want to risk it and you want to hold for longer, you can do that. But I would say at least take out your initial investment, because you don't want to be holding something like that when it gets to those areas there. And you have to monitor the RSI as well. So that's where I would be taking profits for Litecoin. We can add the fib just to take a look at more targets, more potential targets. So $249, great area. We ran into the 0.5 at the moment. We should just end up holding the 0.382 over here. That's going to be very important. We don't want to be losing that fib level. So what happened here is we had this area. We broke out of it. And now we want to back test it as support. consolidate, have the next breakout. Now, make sure to check out yesterday's live stream. It was really important because we covered a lot of important stuff regarding the altcoin season and when am I expecting this specific alt season to conclude. We brought up the Chinese New Year as a very important factor for a pullback during February, January. That is something that you want to pay attention to. So make sure to check out our yesterday's live stream. So I would say you can get into at $107 into Litecoin, or you can start dollar cost averaging right now and then leave some money on the sideline in case you dump back to the 20 EMA on the weekly. You can get in on the 20 EMA. But we'll probably keep tracking Litecoin on our Twitter page. So make sure, and I do repost some funny stuff or some, look at this guy from 2013 recording like Bitcoin getting to $9 or something. And he did the same video in 2024. So yeah, make sure to follow us. Interesting stuff happening on Twitter. You can't miss stuff like that. All right. I bought the dip Ondo $1.34. Let's take a look at Ondo. And this is why you have to set up buy limit orders in advance, because a lot of these coins had wicks to the downside and they're probably not going to come back down to those lows. So you would have entered here, like, for example, Abhiram entered at $1.34. He's already up 13%. Some coins would have already been up 20% just within a few hours based on this dip. And for Ondo, this was a perfect entry point based on this previous high from June 2024. It's a really good entry at $1.34 to 37 cents. So we traded this local top with some of our patrons. I gave them this exit price at $1.94, I believe we had. Yeah, $1.94 something. Never have round numbers in your limit orders, guys. So Ondo is still very close to the overbought, but I do think with the RWA narrative, this could have a massive move to the upside. However, very important thing to consider, if we can get to the tokenomics.ai and we can open up Ondo here. Ondo is going to have a pretty significant unlock very, very soon. In 38 days, we're going to have, let's see. Where does it? So 134% of the circulating supply. So 134 or 135% of the current circulating supply will be dumped into Ondo. So what that means is, let me just explain to you. Let me explain to you what that means. So right now you have 1.38 billion tokens in circulation. Your max supply is 10 billion. So if you go to the token unlocks here, so you're going to have a 25.7% of unlock from the max supply. That's the max supply. So 200 or 2.5 billion tokens are going to be dumped. And that's essentially 135% from the circulating supply. So this is going to be sitting at 3.8, or rather 3.88 billion tokens in circulation. So the supply will go up drastically. That means we could have a dump. We could have a lot of people selling. This could be a sell the news type of event. That's why I'm advising some of my patrons to take profits on Ondo by the end of December. This is happening January 18th. Let's say early January, you can still get out of this. But I would be very cautious with this unlock that's happening December or January 2025 on the 18th. So keep that in mind. Blendr price prediction. Let's take a look at Blendr. We were looking at Blendr during the bear market. I don't believe I got in. Yeah, it's still, let's take a look at the market cap here. So it did like a 3x, not too bad. And you could get this on mexigate.io. The good thing about this is that almost the entire supply is out in circulation. So with Blendr, you're not going to have something that, or you're not going to have a similar type of thing to Ondo, where you have 25% of the max supply dumped on you, or 135% of the circulating supply dumped on you. That's not going to happen with this because it has great tokenomics. And this is also in the AI and big sector, AI and big data sector, so it should be performing well. But let's take a look at the price action chart. Where should I get the chart from? Let's do Gate. April 2024. I don't think from, okay, so that should be a good area, a good chart. Sorry, I'm just a little bit bamboozled. I came back from work and I saw the markets dumping, so I was sitting and buying a bunch of stuff on like 4 different exchanges. And by the way, before I forget, KuCoin was not letting me withdraw my money. So they suspended all withdrawal chains except for ERC20. And the fee for that was $2,100. I would have paid $2,100 to send even $10 on the Ethereum chain. That is just insane. So you have to be careful with these exchanges. You want to use cold wallets, cold storage wallets, remove all of your crypto from centralized exchanges, use them for what they're meant for, which is buying and selling, and then for holding, move over to a cold wallet, because we could potentially have a similar thing happening during an uptrend where there's going to be so much volume, exchanges are going to be overflooded with people trying to sell, and they might just pause withdrawals. They might just pause trading. And you can't do anything about that. But if you're on a decentralized wallet, if you're sitting with your ledger, that's not going to concern you at all. That's just a little tip for you. Now, going to the daily chart for Blendr. So this was a really good buying area over here. We retested this bottom in September 2024 and in November 2024 once again. But a massive, massive sideways channel. Reminds me of Bitcoin Cash, reminds me of Chainlink. Let's get that. And let's change that. So once you break out of this channel, and look, we ran into this again at the end of November. So once you break out of this channel, you should have a pretty significant move to the upside. But just historically looking at this resistance, very, very strong resistance in this area. But if you want to be buying right now, if you're bullish on Blendr, down 43%, definitely a good entry. Definitely a good entry. Not financial advice though. So let's set this up like that. You're going to be looking at $2.23. So a little more than a 4x, 312%, a little more than a 4x, like I said. But this is only, this is only short to midterm, because we could get to those numbers very quickly as the market cap is extremely low and there's no dilution. So 4x from here would put us at, let's say, $88 million market cap. Only 88 million. This could, let's say it gets to 200 million, 300 million. 220 would be a 10x from here. So you're potentially looking at a 10x from this price, from the current price at 55 cents. We don't have a lot of trading history, so it's hard to give you exact price predictions based on previous levels, right? We can't really do that. What we can do is we can perhaps draw the fib all the way up here. We're going to ignore that massive wick. We're going to focus on this wick from April 2024. This way we could potentially get a more long-term target. So I would be saying $4.9 at the 1.272 is going to be a good area to take some profits off. That's a 9x from where you are at the moment. From the bottom of the cycle, that would have been a 1,500%. That's how lucrative it is when you buy at the bear market bottoms. And that's what we were trying to do throughout the 2022 and 2023 bear market. We were trying to snatch up as many coins as possible at their bottom prices. But then, of course, if this takes off, you know, who's to say that we can't get to $10? Of course we can. This is in the AI niche, but that doesn't mean you have to be holding your entire bag until $10. Very important distinction. How about custody protocol? Jack Baldry. We're not going to do a long live stream, guys, today. We're not doing an hour and a half today. Custody, open custody. Okay. 12.35, Spartan Group, DeFi interoperability, RWA. Oh, wow. Token dilution is crazy on this one, probably. They steal your money. They stole mine. Don't buy this coin. You've been warned. Let's see what this guy's saying. Yeah, I mean, you'll always have people complaining in the comments on the right-hand side, and you'll always have people defending the project. So you always have to do your research. Don't listen to the stuff on the right side. You can just look into it just to kind of see what people are talking about, and then use that information to do more research and to know where to focus your attention on when you're doing your research. But definitely don't go based on what they say in the comments there. So this is available on KuCoin, Mexigate, HTX, and BitGet. And the ticker is, where's the ticker? Open. $12.25 million market cap. That's a pretty low market cap. Open custody protocol on KuCoin. I think that one is a better option. And give me 1 second. Let me just take a look at my portfolio, guys. Just want to see if everything's all right. And let's see what's going on with the markets. I don't know if the markets are going to have another dip, to be honest. This could be the only dip you're getting until the Chinese New Year. Obviously, I cannot guarantee that, but I'm not taking any chances, so I deployed hard. Like in relation to my portfolio, that was a pretty big buy. I think this is the biggest buy I've ever done in a single, like at a single time. Okay. Yeah, everything is doing okay. Oh, wow, look at this. This is not a very good chart. So this is what happens when you have constant token unlocks. I think it's easy to tell that you're not getting back up to the same all-time high at like $9. You're not seeing that this cycle. Let's open the coin perspective. It hasn't been working for the past few days. I don't know why, but let's try to see if it's going to work this time around. It keeps loading through like that, but it doesn't just open up. I don't know why. Whatever. I just wanted to show you the difference between the market cap over there and then the difference between the market cap over here. So here you're looking at 53 cents from the current value. That's 4,162%. That's a really bullish scenario, guys. That's really like a very bullish scenario. So I wouldn't go based on that one alone. You have the 1.272 here at 19.5 cents, which seems more or less moderate, more or less conservative. 1,438% to the upside, so just almost a 16x there, or slightly more than a 15x rather. But I would still be dark cost averaging into this at this point. Look at the weekly RSI, still very low. This could have a very big and very strong breakout into 2025. Yeah, I mean, there's not a lot to say. I mean, it's just a downtrend. It's a bear market for this coin, essentially. It's still in a bear market. So you'd only be in a bull market, in my opinion, after you break past 0.0298 cents. Because you're constantly printing lower lows and lower lows and lower highs. So there's nothing I can do here. I can't tell you you're and again, with this 53 or 19 cents, if we don't break past this very, very soon, and we just get rejected off of 0.0282 cents, it's going to be looking very bad for this project in terms of the price action. But then on the other hand, do your fundamental analysis, see what events these guys have lined up, see what partnerships they have secured, see what they're doing as a team. If they have any major announcements that could push the price to the upside, of course. I just wanted 2x. You think Destra and Checks will get listed on major centralized exchanges? I think Destra will most likely have a centralized exchange listing. I think Binance is coming. Alex Becker is very bullish on this AI coin. He's saying this is the #1 AI coin in the space. And look, we only have MEXC, Gate, BingX, and that's it. Well, you have this one, but I don't know what that one is. So we don't have Kraken. We don't have KuCoin. We don't have Binance. We don't have Bybit. We don't have BitGet. We don't have Crypto.com. We don't have Coinbase. Which ones am I missing? I just listed 7 off the top of my head. I mean, I think there will be plenty of bullish momentum with listings. And Alex Becker is holding a very big bag. Like I showed you in the video that I talked about here in this video, feel free to watch it. Alex Becker is holding a significant bag of this. So I would be looking for Destra. I don't know what the other coin is, to be honest. So I can't speak on the other coin. I mean, everything's going to pump. Everything is going to pump except really bad ones. Oh my God, this is going parabolic. Don't buy this, please. Do not buy this, guys. This one has a lot more listings. Okay, so not really in terms of centralized, but in terms of decentralized, this is pretty much everywhere. But don't buy something like this, guys. This is very, very parabolic. If we go to the past year, essentially from August, September, you went up from 8 cents all the way up to 65 cents. So, yeah. That's an 8x you did there. So I don't know how much this can go from here. We need to see a correction. Only enter after a correction. Like, don't chase these green candles. Destra is a much better entry because it hasn't done an 8x. Yes, it did rally from 15 cents to 51 cents. It did have a nice pullback. So you're buying essentially less than a 3x move, even if you want to do that. If you don't, just look for a different coin. Near Protocol is definitely going to do a 2x in my opinion. If you want a really safe coin, go into Near. Now it's down quite a lot. Destra has a fully diluted market or circulating supply, and this one is also seems like, yeah, pretty close to fully diluted as well, but that price is unhealthy for an entry. Parallel AI is at $60 million market cap. I think this one, Alex Becker holds this one, I think, as well. And look at this. The entire supply is out in circulation. Very good and very important if you want to be getting into something where people aren't going to be able to dump their newly minted tokens on you. So it's available on Uniswap, Mexi, Gate. Gate has $3.75 million trading volume. I believe this is a good entry here, 30% retracement. If you just want to start building a position, if you don't want to go all in, but just start getting into this slowly, I would say this is a good entry. And this could easily do like at least a 10x from here, if not more. If not more. Okay, so we've been going for almost 40 minutes. Did we look at Chainlink? No, not yet. Let's take a look at Chainlink. Actually, let's go to the total 3. Look at this. On the weekly, total 3 is breaking down. So realistically speaking, if we're going to see a continuation of this correction, which I don't think it's going to be a very big correction, but realistically speaking, look at this. If we dump all the way down here to that yellow trend line, that's a 31% correction. It's not unheard of. Look at this February 2021, 35% correction in February. And this was a December correction. Look at that, 30%. Last cycle, 4 years ago, 30% correction, back to the 20 EMA. So it's not unheard of. It's not unheard of to get a 30% correction for your altcoins. So even if you have some money and you bought in right now, I would say keep a good amount. Not, well, let's say you have $1,000. I would say put in 700 right now or 650 and leave the rest for a potential continuation of this correction because we're still quite high up. Let's take a look at this pullback here. So this is the pullback that we had November 2020 into December, but we were very overbought there already at that point in time. We're still nowhere close to those same levels. Like we were sitting in the overbought here, just slightly higher than this area over here. And look at that, we had a retracement and then we had a pump into February. That was your peak for the total 3, which is the altcoin market cap besides Bitcoin and Ethereum. So very, very reminiscent of the previous cycle here, I have to be honest. So expecting a 30% correction for your altcoins is not unheard of during these bullish times. And if you're a newcomer, guys, you have to be very careful. Don't buy these big green candles. You're going to lose your money. If you're new to the space, do not buy projects that have done a 10x in a month. Don't buy that. Just move to a different coin, look for a different coin, wait for a pullback. There's still time. Don't risk your money like that. Alaikum salam. Thank you, Wicked Games. How are you doing? So now let's go to Chainlink. This was a little bit of because I'm trying to process a lot of stuff and I'm trying to remember all the important points that I wanted to bring up during this live. Like the fact that KuCoin wasn't allowing me to withdraw, like the fact that Coinbase is having some issues with their exchange, and of course, the fact that you need to have cold storage wallets, and what we just talked about as well. Let's go to Chainlink. Chainlink doing very bullish. Again, we talked about it in the stream yesterday. Look at this purple block. This was the area of support I gave you initially before we even started this when we started this correction. And I told everyone between 11.6 to $10.30, that would be a great entry. You can also take a look at this area at $8.68. We might wick down there. We wicked down there just perfectly. So from there, if you entered here, let's say, you would have been up 215%. If you got in, let's say in this purple block, you're up 168% on that top from December. So you're doing okay if you're just paying attention and you're getting in during retracements, not during these pumps. So what's going to happen now with Chainlink? I do think retesting $16.15 is possible, but I don't know if it's going to happen. It is possible, definitely possible. 40% retracement is possible. A very bullish scenario would be for us to hold this 0.618. That would be a very bullish scenario for Chainlink, and it could happen. So $21.26, that would be your level to hold. As you can see, that's your top from March 2024. We broke above it, back testing that top as support and moving on to our next target. Of course, you also have the 20 EMA. We could come back down to the 20 EMA and have a retracement there. Look at the previous cycle. We kept coming back to the 20 EMA. Look at that 53% correction. Look at that, from $21 all the way down to $9, all the way down to $7.26. After that, it did like an 8x almost. You're going to have these moves, guys, even on big altcoins. So be prepared. Always have some spare cash on the sideline. So I would say set up your buy limit orders anywhere from 16.5 cents down below to $13.12. And then we're looking potentially at $100 for Chainlink in this cycle. If not, if you want to be a little more conservative, that's fine. We have $35, we have $47, and we have $65. That's for you more conservative folks out there, which I try to be conservative as well. But a 5x for Chainlink from this point on, I do think it's possible. Okay. This is the crash that I was waiting for, deployed 45K. Congratulations, my friend. Perfect. That's the way you want to play the game. I was waiting for this crash as well. I had a good amount on the set aside for this crash, and we just deployed heavily into AI coins, into deepen coins, into gaming coins, into our current existing positions. So if we get more, I'll have more cash on the side for that. But I'm trying to keep some on the sidelines just in case. So then I don't know if we're getting another dip. If I did, I would tell you, I promise, for free. I would tell you, but I don't know. It's likely we're going to see a dip in between January and February during the Chinese New Year. I think that's definitely going to be a time to be cautious around. So you want to be taking profits around that time. You definitely want to be taking profits in March and in April. Look at this run up we had into the beginning of May. I would say March into April, you want to be taking profits. I highly doubt that we will be getting much more down. Yeah, it's unlikely in my opinion. We already saw a nice retracement. But again, analyzing previous data, we have seen 30% retracements before at this exact point in time in the cycle. So who knows? Who knows? Anything's possible, but you deployed at good prices right now. Hopefully you bought good coins, and I can see the camera is lagging a little bit. Nothing I can do about it. I do apologize. Canada's internet sometimes is not very friendly. I believe we're going to be wrapping up here, guys. I see there's a few more requests, but we're just not going to have enough time to do all of them. I do have to skedaddle, unfortunately. Are you familiar with the Deepen project Shadow, ticker SHDW, decentralized storage in Solana through mobile? Can we look at it? Let me just add it to my watch list, and we'll cover it probably in one of the next live streams. $2, okay. Oh, wow, it's got some nice listings as well. Coinbase and Gate, interesting. The market cap is quite low. Tokenomics looking good. I mean, yeah, this is looking interesting. I'll look at this. Thank you very much. Flux, Chainlink, Moonriver, and Alex. Nice. Good entries, guys. All right. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. Make sure to check out our Patreon. The link should be down below in the description. You can get 7 days off of absolutely free. And you can take a look at all of our portfolios. You can take a look at our low cap gems. We have more than 100 low cap gems mentioned there. And I'll be dropping a video with around 15 to 20 new projects to research very, very soon, probably today. And if you want to see what I bought today as well, feel free to join our Patreon. Everything is going to be in there. Thank you all for joining this live stream. I appreciate the comments. Sorry, we can't look at every single request. Not enough time, but I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.